They shocked the world with their stories on national TV, but in 2025, the most unforgettable guests from Dr. Phil have taken jaw-dropping turns. From viral fame to prison time, fame chasing to redemption, these former cast members are living lives no one saw coming. Some disappeared completely, while others are cashing in on their past. Here's where the most talked about Dr. Phil guests are now, and it's not what you'd expect. Dr. Phil McGraw. Though Phil McGraw stepped away from his long-running syndicated daytime talk show in early 2023, he has by no means exited the public stage. His departure marked the end of an era, 21 seasons of dramatic confrontations, intense interventions, and high-profile interviews that turned him into one of television's most recognizable and polarizing figures. Yet even as he walked away from the daily grind of daytime TV, Phil signaled clearly that he had no intention of retiring. In April 2024, Phil made a major return to television with the launch of Merit Street Media, a brand new cable network centered around his reimagined nightly program, Dr. Phil Primetime. This move marked a significant shift from the daytime format he had dominated for over 2 decades. With a primetime slot and the freedom of owning his own network, Phil regained greater control over content and tone, promising more depth and fewer production constraints. The network seeks to feature thought-provoking, values-driven programming, aiming to bring common-sense conversations to American households. Dr. Phil Primetime showcases a slightly evolved version of the host, still direct and authoritative, but with a renewed focus on national issues, mental health, family dynamics, and personal responsibility. The show leans into topical events and public discourse, moving away from some of the sensationalism that had drawn criticism in his earlier daytime years. Yet even with this tonal shift, Phil hasn't abandoned his classic formula entirely. He continues to invite controversial guests and isn't afraid to challenge behaviors or opinions on air. Beyond the television screen, Phil's telehealth company, Doctor On Demand, remains a major player in the evolving world of virtual healthcare. Co-founded in 2014, the service connects patients with board-certified doctors, psychologists, and licensed therapists across the United States via video chat. The platform gained enormous relevance during the COVID-19 pandemic and has maintained a steady user base by offering accessible care, often for those in underserved or remote communities. Phil continues to promote it as part of his broader commitment to mental health advocacy and modern solutions for healthcare access. Despite stepping into a new era of his career, Dr. Phil remains a figure surrounded by complex public perception. His original show faced years of criticism from mental health professionals, advocacy groups, and former guests who claimed they were manipulated, exploited, or blindsided on air. Allegations of staged confrontations, limited aftercare, and sensationalism have long haunted the show's legacy. Nevertheless, Phil's supporters argue that he brought important conversations about addiction, abuse, trauma, and mental illness into public consciousness, often reaching people who would otherwise avoid therapy or support. Today, Phil McGraw stands at a unique crossroads. A media veteran rebranding himself for a new chapter while still holding on to the foundational mission that made him a household name. With his new platform, he seems intent on reshaping not just how people talk about personal issues, but how media can serve as a vehicle for societal change. Whether you view him as a tough-love truth-teller or a master showman, one thing is certain: Phil is still talking, and millions are still listening. Robin McGraw. Robin McGraw, long known as the elegant and compassionate counterpart to her husband, Dr. Phil McGraw, has carved out her own influential presence in the media world. Though she co-hosted occasional episodes of The Dr. Phil Show during its 21-season run from 2002 to 2023, often offering a softer, empathetic touch to intense conversations, Robin's contributions went far beyond the television screen. By 2025, she remains a vibrant and respected voice in both media and philanthropy. A #1 New York Times best-selling author, Robin has penned several inspirational and empowering books, including Inside My Heart, Choosing to Live with Passion and Purpose, and What's Age Got to Do with It, in which she shares deeply personal stories and practical wisdom aimed at helping women find their voice, their strength, and their confidence at any age. Her writing reflects her signature message of self-worth, resilience, and purposeful living, especially for women navigating the pressures of family, aging, and personal growth. Robin also continues to connect with audiences through her widely streamed podcast, I've Got a Secret, where she blends fun, heart, and curiosity in weekly conversations with celebrities, entrepreneurs, and health experts. Launched with the goal of revealing helpful secrets to a happier, healthier life, the podcast covers everything from wellness and beauty to relationships and emotional healing. Robin's warm yet inquisitive interview style has earned her a loyal following and a reputation as a relatable, empowering host. Whether she's diving into skincare trends or discussing trauma recovery with a psychologist, she brings a sense of authenticity that resonates with listeners of all ages. In April 2024, Robin took on a new challenge alongside her husband, co-founding Merit Street Media, a cable television network focused on delivering values-based, informative content. While Dr. Phil Primetime is the network's flagship show, Robin's influence is evident in its broader programming slate, which includes Wake Up, a lively morning show with wellness segments, and True Crime, a series that explores gripping cases through a lens of justice and advocacy. Her focus on uplifting, meaningful content aligns with the network's mission to inform and inspire, not merely entertain. But perhaps Robin's most powerful work is found in her commitment to social impact. She remains the heart behind When Georgia Smiled, the Robin McGraw Revelation Foundation, a non-profit organization she founded to support victims of domestic violence and sexual assault. Through initiatives like the Aspire News app, which discreetly connects users with emergency services and resources, Robin has harnessed technology and advocacy to provide real-world solutions to women in crisis. Her foundation also funds programs that educate the public, empower survivors, and work with law enforcement to break the cycles of abuse. In 2025, Robin McGraw stands not only as a supportive partner to a media icon, but as a formidable force in her own right. An author, podcast host, philanthropist, and network executive. Whether she's behind a microphone, in front of a camera, or working behind the scenes, her influence continues to be defined by grace, purpose, and a passionate desire to help others live fuller, safer, and more joyful lives. Sarah Gallagher. Sarah Gallagher may have made only brief appearances as a background guest and panelist on Dr. Phil between 2021 and 2023, but her on-screen charisma and articulate presence left a lasting impression. Known for her candid, contemporary voice and natural ease in front of the camera, Sarah quietly began carving her own space in media, one that has since grown into a multifaceted platform across podcasting, video content, and digital editing. In 2025, Sarah is best recognized as the energetic and insightful host of the Gen Z Gab podcast, a show that blends personal anecdotes, trending topics, and mental wellness with the humor and honesty characteristic of her generation. Geared toward young adults navigating the modern world, the podcast showcases Sarah's gift for creating meaningful conversations around identity, relationships, digital culture, and personal growth. With episodes ranging from pop culture breakdowns to emotional deep dives, Gen Z Gab continues to grow its listener base, praised for Sarah's ability to be both witty and vulnerable. In addition to her podcast, Sarah regularly produces vlogs and digital programming for Lost Lion Pictures, a content production label focused on elevating emerging voices and telling dynamic, youth-centric stories. Through behind-the-scenes footage, lifestyle vlogs, and short-form video content, she brings viewers into her world, highlighting both the creative process and the candid moments of day-to-day life. Her contributions reflect a deep understanding of how to engage Gen Z and millennial audiences through visual storytelling. Sarah also lends her talents behind the scenes as the social media editor for the Got It From My Mama podcast, a mother-daughter show that explores everything from fashion and dating to generational differences and family dynamics. As editor, she curates and manages the show's online presence, helping amplify its content to new audiences through platform-specific strategies and viral clips. Her grasp of social media trends and audience psychology has become a crucial part of the show's online success. Though many first encountered her as a guest panelist on Dr. Phil, Sarah's early roles were more than fleeting appearances. They offered glimpses of a sharp communicator with emotional intelligence and perspective beyond her years. Her guest spots on episodes like 68-Pound Anorexic Nutrition Counselor, 2021, and From Honor Roll to Wannabe Gangster, 2022, revealed her strengths as a conversational specialist, someone who could offer peer-level insight while remaining respectful and solution-focused. In these episodes, Sarah lent a thoughtful, often therapeutic tone, speaking not as an expert, but as a reflective and relatable voice among younger audiences. Now in her mid-20s, Sarah Gallagher is part of a new wave of digital media personalities, blending authenticity with purposeful content. Her projects reflect a genuine desire to connect, not only through entertainment, but through shared experiences, mental wellness advocacy, and open conversation. Whether she's behind a mic, editing a reel, or chatting on a panel, Sarah continues to grow her brand with intention, empathy, and a distinctly modern voice. Jay McGraw, the eldest son of Dr. Phil McGraw, has quietly but powerfully built a legacy of his own within the media landscape. At 45, Jay remains a driving force behind his father's brand and programming, but his role extends far beyond simply being Dr. Phil's son. With a keen business mind, creative instinct, and a steady hand behind the camera, Jay continues to influence daytime television and wellness-focused content through his work as an executive producer and entrepreneur. For years, Jay served as executive producer of Dr. Phil, helping to shape the tone, direction, and reach of the long-running series. Working behind the scenes, he was instrumental in coordinating production, scripting outlines, managing the show's team, and making strategic editorial decisions. When the syndicated show ended its 21-season run in 2023, Jay's work transitioned seamlessly into the next phase of the family's media evolution. Merit Street Media, the cable network launched by Phil and Robin McGraw in April 2024. As the head of Stage 29 Productions, Jay continues to play a central role in creating and curating content for the network, from the nightly Dr. Phil primetime series to new ventures in true crime, wellness, and lifestyle programming. Stage 29 Productions, founded by Jay and Dr. Phil, has been behind a variety of successful shows, including The Doctors, which brought medical advice and conversations to daytime television. Jay's ability to find accessible, engaging ways to talk about health, behavior, and real-world issues reflects his deep understanding of what audiences seek, especially in the space between education and entertainment. Under his leadership, Stage 29 has become a hub for purpose-driven content aimed at empowering viewers and sparking conversation. Outside of production, Jay has also made his mark as an author, particularly in the self-help and youth empowerment space. His titles include Life Strategies for Teens and Closing the Gap, a strategy for bringing parents and teens together. Drawing from his psychology background, he holds a degree in psychology from the University of Texas and a law degree from Southern Methodist University. Jay offers practical advice tailored for teens and young adults navigating identity, peer pressure, and goal setting. His writing is conversational and relatable, appealing to a younger audience who may not gravitate toward traditional self-help literature. While his professional life is grounded in media, Jay maintains a stable and fulfilling personal life as well. He's been married to Erica Dahm, one-third of the famous Dahm triplets, and a former Playboy model since 2006. The couple met through work connections in Los Angeles and quickly developed a relationship built on mutual respect and balance. Now, nearly 2 decades later, They're raising their two children, born in 2010 and 2011, in a lifestyle that blends privacy with creativity. Despite their high-profile backgrounds, Jay and Erica have largely kept their family out of the public spotlight, choosing to give their children a grounded upbringing. Patricia Childress. Patricia Childress has long been a trusted and influential figure in the world of television production. Adam Ray. Adam Ray has taken one of his most beloved impressions, his pitch-perfect portrayal of Dr. Phil McGraw, and turned it into a defining element of his comedy career. Over the years, Ray's impersonation of the television psychologist has evolved from a quick bit into a full-blown comedic persona, one that blends uncanny mimicry with sharp satire and cultural commentary. In November 2024, Adam brought this fan-favorite impression to a national stage with the release of his Netflix comedy special, Dr. Phil Unleashed. The hour-long special, which debuted to strong reviews and enthusiastic viewership, is a masterclass in character-based comedy. Ray channels Dr. Phil with remarkable vocal accuracy, mimicking his signature Texas drawl, authoritative tone, and no-nonsense catchphrases with such precision that audiences are often caught between laughter and disbelief. But beyond mere mimicry, Ray adds layers of humor, improvisation, and absurdity, placing Dr. Phil in wildly inappropriate or unexpected situations, from therapy sessions with fictional celebrities to navigating modern dating apps. The special's success wasn't just a hit with fans, it earned the real Dr. Phil's stamp of approval. Phil McGraw publicly acknowledged Ray's performance with humor and grace, even commenting during a media interview that Ray may understand my mannerisms better than I do. This light-hearted endorsement helped boost the special's popularity, drawing in longtime Dr. Phil viewers who appreciated seeing their favorite TV personality lovingly lampooned with both accuracy and affection. Outside of Netflix, Adam continues to perform the character live at comedy clubs and venues across Los Angeles, particularly at popular spots like the Laugh Factory and the Comedy Store. His Dr. Phil persona has become a staple at these shows, often serving as the headliner's finale or opening act. In some routines, Ray appears in costume, complete with bald cap, suit, and mustache, interacting with the audience in character, offering advice, or diagnosing fake problems with hilarious, improvised monologues. These live sets are often packed, with crowds coming specifically to see Ray unleash the full absurdity of Dr. Phil in the wild. Beyond the impression itself, Adam Ray's comedy draws strength from his ability to blend physical humor, vocal talent, and real-world references. He's no stranger to impersonations. His roster includes everyone from Mark Wahlberg to Tony Danza. But Dr. Phil has emerged as his signature role, one that's helped define this chapter of his career. He uses the character as a comedic lens to explore modern anxieties, relationships, pop culture, and therapy culture, often blurring the line between satire and genuine insight. Ray's success with Dr. Phil Unleashed is also a testament to his broader comedic talent. His resume includes voice work on animated series, film appearances in comedies like The Heat and Ghostbusters, and guest roles on hit shows like Curb Your Enthusiasm and Arrested Development. Yet it's his ability to connect with audiences through bold, character-driven humor that continues to set him apart. In 2025, Adam Ray stands as a comedic force, redefining impersonation as an art form, using his Dr. Phil act not just for laughs, but as a vehicle for clever, culturally tuned storytelling. With the success of his Netflix special and his ongoing sold-out shows, Ray proves that comedy, when paired with razor-sharp timing and respect for the craft, can turn even the most unlikely figures into iconic comedic gold. Dr. Phil Podcast Guests. The Dr. Phil podcast has evolved into a compelling audio platform where timely issues, familiar faces, and deeper dives into personal transformation take center stage. While Dr. Phil McGraw may have stepped away from daytime television in 2023, he's continued to engage audiences in a more conversational and unfiltered format, using the podcast to revisit memorable guests, tackle controversial topics, and offer insight that goes beyond what could be aired on syndicated TV. Recent episodes have drawn particular attention for their return to prominent figures who once captured national headlines through their appearances on The Dr. Phil Show. One especially talked about episode aired in February 2025, featuring Abby Lee Miller, the outspoken star of Dance Moms. A polarizing figure in the world of reality television and competitive dance, Abby appeared on the podcast to speak candidly about her life after serving time in prison for bankruptcy fraud, a sentence that made headlines in 2017 and reshaped her public image. In the podcast episode, Abby opened up about the physical and emotional toll of incarceration, including the struggles of adapting to prison life, battling health issues, including her well-documented fight with cancer, and reclaiming her career post-release. Rather than focusing on scandal, the episode took a more reflective tone, allowing Abby to share how she's rebuilt her life and redefined her purpose beyond the dance studio. This type of in-depth redemption arc is characteristic of the podcast's broader goal, revisiting people who were once caught in the glare of public scrutiny and allowing them the space to speak freely, clarify misunderstandings, or chart their personal growth. These episodes often reveal a more nuanced version of individuals who were previously judged or misunderstood, humanizing them in a way that traditional TV formats may not have had time or scope to do. But the Dr. Phil podcast doesn't stop at personal stories. It frequently turns its lens toward urgent national issues, making room for thoughtful and sometimes controversial discourse. One such example is the recent episode featuring Tom Homan, former acting director of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE. In this episode, Homan and Dr. Phil discussed immigration policy, border security, and the humanitarian crisis surrounding undocumented migration. The conversation was frank, passionate, and at times tense, with Dr. Phil pressing for clarity on both enforcement tactics and policy reform. Listeners praised the episode for providing a platform for civil debate on a highly polarizing subject, one that affects millions of lives and often gets reduced to sound bites in mainstream coverage. Another standout theme within the podcast is its focus on wrongful convictions and the criminal justice system. Recent episodes have featured interviews with exonerees, legal advocates, and investigative journalists working to uncover the truth behind botched cases. These emotionally powerful stories often begin with injustice and end in resilience, spotlighting the flaws in the judicial system and the people working tirelessly to correct them. Dr. Phil, who has long used his media platform to push for accountability and reform, uses the podcast to elevate these voices in a setting that encourages empathy and awareness. In 2025, the Dr. Phil podcast has become much more than a celebrity extension of his television brand. It is a forum for deeper understanding, where guests are treated as real people with real consequences to share. Whether revisiting a controversial media figure like Abby Lee Miller, digging into legal injustice, or sparking debate on national policy, the podcast stays true to Dr. Phil's mission, fostering open conversation, confronting tough truths, and ultimately, seeking solutions. It's no longer about TV drama, it's about unfiltered truth in the digital age. What do you think about the casting of Dr. Phil in 2025? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this, and see you in the next videos. Goodbye!